Test 1 2, test 1 2. Kind of loud today. Hope we're doing well. In this video, we're going to be going over the do's and don'ts of living in Grandville, Michigan, and it's coming up right now. Today, I want to go right into it, tell you exactly what to expect when it comes to living, working, and having fun in West Michigan. Again, for things to do and sights to see. This is Live Great TV, and I'm your official host to Living Great in Grand Rapids and the West Michigan area. My name is Vaughn Greathouse. Hey, if you want to know more about the Grand Rapids area and what it's like to live, work, and have fun in West Michigan, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, snap that notification bell, at least hit the like button so you won't miss out on all the brand new videos that I'll be putting out each and every week, because I love making these videos for you. But even more than that, as a licensed real estate agent in the state of Michigan, I love helping you make that transition over to the West Michigan area. So my name above, as well as they're hearing a little bit about Grand Rapids. They're hearing a little bit about being in West Michigan as a whole and what that's going to look like for them. So as your official host to Living Great in Grand Rapids and the West Michigan area, it's my honor, it's my duty, my privilege to help you move over to West Michigan. So that name, that email in the description below, as well as my name, I believe it's above as well. Get a hold of me. Give me your questions, comments, or concerns. I'm more than happy to help you out in any way that I possibly can. And as a licensed real estate agent in the state of Michigan, I love helping you make that transition. So today, we're going to get into Grandville, Michigan. This is one of the most highly anticipated areas that people are looking forward to when they come to West Michigan, because they hear so much about it. Like, what is it with Grandville? Why do people like it so much? Why do people in Grand Rapids even prefer to live in Grandville over Grand Rapids? And why would you want to live there in the first place? So to give you a couple fun facts about the Grandville area. Now, Grandville itself is not too large. It is, I would say about 5 square miles, between 5 miles and 5 miles. And I'll get into the map in just a little bit. But in regards to the Grandville area specifically, it's known for a lot of shopping. There's a ton of shops. There's a ton of restaurants. The Grandville Rivertown Mall, Rivertown Crossings Mall is there. They have lots of plazas. We even got a Costco over there. So anyone in West Michigan going to Costco, they're probably going to the Grandville location. I know most of the time it's packed out, but at the same time, it's a great environment, great neighborhood as far as like your everyday living. And as you may have seen in some of the other previous videos or other people's videos who have more information about Grandville and what it has to offer, you'll quickly see that it is one of those towns that it's for everybody. It has, some of the $1 million estates all the way down to your starter homes as far as people living there and enjoying that area. So I just wanted to go into it. Things such as parks, things such as walkability, people who want to ride bikes. Kent Trails goes through Grandville. I even have some clients who are moving from across the country, and they landed in Grandville, and they're excited about it. I'm excited about it. And getting to know the Grandville area is something that you should know as a person in West Michigan. It's kind of very centrally located. I mean, it is pretty centrally located in regards to getting out to Holland or zipping up to Rockford or zipping out to East Kentwood or East Grand Rapids. It is in a great position to where people don't mind driving to Grandville as far as just the length of, the span of how big the West Michigan area is. Grandville's is one of those easy meetup spots where it's like, hey, I don't want to drive all the way to Holland. Well, I don't want to drive to Rockford. All right, let's meet in Grandville. So it's one of those great places that people always go to. People know, they love it, they like it. And I want to go into some of the things that people are really looking forward to when they move to the Grandville area. So I'm going to pull up my computer here and go into that as far as the specifics. Grandville. Now, one of the main things, the main things in Grandville that I want to point out to you as I pull up my computer here is going to be the castle. The castle is legitimately probably the highlight of Grandville, probably one of the most talked about things in Grandville. So the Grand Castle, it is the second, it's known as the second largest castle structure in the world, which says a lot. Now, it's kind of controversial in regards to how people perceive it. There are over 520 units inside of it. It's got its own Wikipedia page that's tell you how popular of a castle this is. And so people who are looking into moving over to the castle, now the castle is actually apartment homes. So there are different apartments that people live there. People enjoy it there. I even took a trip over there that I probably want to show you on some video here that I took. But it actually is a very, very large place. So let me see if I can pull it up as I was kind of walking through it here. I'll just let that play. But one of the things about it, the Grandville Grand Castle, is that it really is, it's larger than life. I mean, I've never been to a structure quite so big, and you know, it just kind of breathtaking. Like, this is just a video. I just took some video of me just walking through it. The Grand Castle, 520 units. It is still, I believe it's still under construction, but either it's under construction or they just ended it within the last year or two. So knowing that, people who are looking forward to live there, there's affordable housing there. A lot of people didn't want that castle to go up. Now, they spent, I believe it was somewhere around $15 million to get this castle up, and the development took a while. So as it progressed and people who from West Michigan didn't quite know what was going on with it, they just kind of like, wow, what is that? You know, and even some architects that are, you know, kind of world renowned didn't really like it either. And they kind of called it an eyesore, and they called it just kind of gaudy and just not real professional, or, you know, castle-esque, if you will. But ultimately, the people in the area, it is one of those staple places in the West Michigan area that people have just known. It's just a place that people have always just known about. So that is one thing I wanted to point out. So if you want more information, if you're looking to rent, this is probably a great place to start, to be in a great location, get some Grandville culture behind you, and just kind of go from there. They even have their own website, so go to grandcastle.com. It's not really something I'm promoting, but I definitely wanted to point that out. The next thing is going to be Millennium Park. Now, Millennium Park is an awesome park. This place, I always talk about in some of my other videos. If you haven't seen my video talking about Grand Rapids Southwest Side, make sure you go check that out, because I did go through Millennium Park. There is a lot to offer in this park. Now, just to read the description a little bit, Millennium Park is the largest urban park in West Michigan. Located in the southwest side of Grand Rapids, Millennium Park connects the four major cities together: Grand Rapids, Wyoming, Grandville, and Walker. When completed, the park will be twice as large as New York City's Central Park, approximately 1,500 acres. The project began in 1998, and it opened. The grand opening was in July of 2004. There's a ton to do now. With the Grandville Millennium Park, there was a lot of my friends who are into wakeboarding and, you know, doing things like outdoor sports, skiing and water sports and things like that. There is an awesome beach. So if you don't want to go all the way to Lake Michigan from Grand Rapids, you can go to Millennium Park, and it's not that far at all. Literally probably a 5-mile drive, 10-minute drive to get through. You kind of go through the woods a little bit past Grandville, and you can go to the beach, hang there all day. Kids can go to the splash pad if you're not a sandy beach type of person. There's ice creams, there's little concession stands, there's parks, there's golf courses right around there. Absolutely awesome. And it goes along the Grand River. The Grand River actually goes into it as well. So Millennium Park in the Grandville area is something you really want to look forward to as you're going out to Grandville. So that is definitely something I wanted to point out, just so you know some of the highlighted things about the Grandville area. The next thing, let me see if I can go through. Oh yeah, let me just go through this. It is completely free. I don't want to forget to tell you that. There is a fee to get into Millennium Beach, including that splash pad, boat rentals, but everything else is complimentary, including parking. You can play on the playground, walk the beautiful paved trails, fly a kite, have lunch, watch the boaters on the lake. It's all free. Millennium Park at Grand Rapids has just about everything you'd want for outdoor adventure. Over 50 hiking trails in West Michigan. Now, 18 miles of hiking trails, beach and splash pad, boat rentals, kayak, paddleboard, canoe, rowboat, paddleboat, pavilions and grills, concessions, modern restrooms and changing areas, large playground, basketball, volleyball court, cross-country skiing, and fishing areas. So if you're wondering about that, I'm going to put all these links in the description below so you can enjoy exactly what it has to offer. So that was just something I wanted to point out. The next thing I want to talk about in the Grandville area as far as crime. Now, a lot of people talk about crime. They want to make sure the area is safe. Am I moving to a destination that absolutely is going to be good for my kids? And it's really tricky, not tricky, but it's always a challenge to tell people exactly based on what they're looking for, you know, as we get specific and we have personal conversations, private conversations, to tell you exactly, you know, what areas as far as your lifestyle will fit. But as you can see, this is on crimegrade.org. Green meaning grade A, safest, you know, dark green is the safest, and F is red, which means, you know, kind of more less desirable. So as you can see, most of it's green in the Grandville area. It's a great place to live. You can do your own research on there, or if you have any specific questions, please contact me. I'm happy to help out any way that I can. The next thing, Rivertown Crossings Mall. This is probably where you saw the thumbnail for this video. Rivertown Crossings Mall is an absolutely great place to go shopping. As I was saying, in Grandville, the shopping is very popular. People come from Rockford, South Haven, Holland, pretty much all over to get to this mall. And it opened in 1999, so it's been open for a while. I remember as a youngster when it opened up, because West Shore Mall was the biggest one in Holland, and it was the biggest, baddest mall around, and everyone used to go to Holland's Mall or West Shore Mall. But when the Rivertown Crossings Mall opened up, it just changed the game. They had carousels and different rides and games and so many more new stores that, you know, people weren't experiencing. So it became a big deal, and it was the project began right here in 1981. So it was a long time coming, 18 years of work to get it to up to where it is now, and people absolutely love it. There is Dick's Sporting Goods. There is Cabela's not too far in Grandville, and a plaza kind of across the way there. There's a Meijer. There's so many places to shop in Grandville that you'll absolutely love. So as you're coming out, make sure you check out Rivertown Crossings Mall. All right, now for the other part that I wanted to chat with you about is going to be the housing. And this is kind of where I come in and give you my personal experience with how the Grandville market is doing as you're making your way to West Michigan. You're thinking about cost of living. You're thinking about, you know, how much is the average house? Am I going to have to compete for homes? Are all the homes getting bought up? Am I even going to be able to find one in that area? These are the concerns that I'm hearing from a lot of people, and I really am here for you in order to give it to you straight, to exactly what to expect as you're making your way out to West Michigan. So one of the things that I want to point out as I go back to the desktop here is going to be the median home value. Now, it's gone up over the past few years. We're looking year over year, nothing but growth. And last year we had 18.2% in 1 year, according to Zillow.com. and the average median price out there is $342,867. And it's great because you have that lower end beginner market, but you also have that high end upscale Grandville schools. Yard with 2 or 3 acres, and you can have a nice place. And it's a very livable area, livable city. Some people say as a negative that it's a little religious or it's too small. There's about 16,000 people in Grandville itself, so it's not a very large city. But the great thing about the West Michigan area, especially Grandville, it blends in with other cities so well. There's just like almost like a seamless transition, and you know where you are at the same time. So as you're coming into Grandville, you come off the highway, leave Hudsonville. It's a great transition over to the Hudsonville area. It's a great transition to Grand Rapids, Jenison, where Wyoming, wherever you are, and you'll definitely know that it's changed gears, but it's just so smooth and subtle that you don't even realize it because some of the areas are so nice out there. I just love how beautiful it is. So one of the highlights about Grandville itself, as far as niche.com, it ranked it number 7 best suburbs to live in the Grand Rapids area. Public schools, housing, good family, diversity, nightlife, crime and safety is a little off, but at the same time, there's not a whole lot going on in the Grand Rapids area or Grandville area. So if you're one of those people who just like, you know what, I just want a place I can come home to, and if I want to hang out, I can hang out. If I want to go to Grand Rapids and go crazy out there and do that type of thing, I'll do that. But as far as your everyday home living, Grandville is an awesome place that you should definitely check into before you decide. The great thing about Grandville as well is the school systems. You hear so much about Grandville schools. Go Bulldogs. If you're out there watching and you know about Grandville schools, shout out to all my Bulldogs out there. I even have a couple buddies that I know who graduated from there. Absolutely love the school as far as academics, as far as athletics, as far as robotics, theater, everything that has to do in the Grandville area. It is a large school because a lot of people want to be in there. School of choice, that's always an option if you don't necessarily live in Grandville schools. Get on that waiting list. A lot of people want to be a part of that school system. So that's just one of those things I wanted to point out. So lastly, I want to go over to, some available homes in the area. Now, currently, as it stands, there are only 2 houses. Yes, I said it. There are only 2 houses that are 3-bed, 2-bath homes in Grandville. There are 11 homes that are pending, and anytime that there are more homes pending than there are available, that's a proof positive. And these 2 homes are pretty much brand new, are brand new to the market. New listing right here on Weyburn, and another one, it's on Locke Avenue. So just to show you, how popular the area is, all these other homes are pending. And some of my other clients who are purchasing there now, they're excited about it. Easy home, easy place to live and move into. So it just more affirmation, more, confirmation that if you're looking to move to these areas, you're really going to enjoy your stay. And as much as you need to know, please feel free to reach out. That's pretty much it for Grandville. I love Grandville. A lot of people around love Grandville. I don't know what West Michigan would be without it. So if that says anything, it really is a great area. So it looks like we have a question here. Is East GR still any good? East GR, absolutely good. Just depend on what you're looking for. Again, Matthew, I think we've reached out on here before. Great seeing you again. Feel free to reach out, and we can help you specifically with more of what's important to you in regards to getting, moving out here, or if you're out here, what that's going to look like as far as your transition. I want to make sure I'm giving the best information as I can as you're making your way out here again. So that's really all I have today. If you have any other questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to reach out. Again, for Things to Do and Sights to See, this is Live Great TV, and I'm your official host to Living Great in Grand Rapids. and the West Michigan area. My name is Vaughn Greathouse. If you want to know more about the Grand Rapids area and what it's like to live, work, and have fun in West Michigan, make sure you go below, hit that subscribe button, snap that notification bell, or at least hit the like button so you won't miss out on all the brand new videos that I'll be putting out each and every week, because I love putting these videos out for you. But even more than that, as a licensed real estate agent in the state of Michigan, it's my honor, my duty to help you move out here smoothly. So my information in the description below. Yes, I'm the one who answers those calls and messages. So feel free to reach out. With that being said, we will see you on the next video.